Hi everyone. I am in the shelter, but not because we've had sirens, because I thought I would do a little bit of a more fun sort of live for you all today. We've had some bad news. The number of deaths from the massacre has actually gone up to 1,000, and these aren't people who are continuing to be killed. These are people they're continuing to find who have died, who have been murdered already. And there's been some really hard to read details about what that's looked like. So it's been, it's continued to be really hard just to process everything that's taken place and the shock of it all. But today in Jerusalem, it has been calm. We have not gone to the shelter once. We've actually, I unplugged most of the day because I was finding that I was getting too emotionally burdened. And, you know, I had a surgery just over a year ago to remove a pituitary tumor, and my endocrine system is still recovering, and I just haven't been keeping up with the stress load as I should. So I took the day off, and I did some stress cleaning and took care of the house. So I've tried to just kind of stay out of the news for a little bit today. But I had a real blessing. You know, you all know, because I'm pretty obsessed with Cinnamon, that we have our puppy, our Shetland Sheep Dog. And so Cinnamon, in Hebrew we say Cinnamon. And I had 5 friend requests today from different women in the Sheltie groups who wanted to check on us and see how we were doing. So I thought it might be fun. I was so blessed, you all. I cried when I got their messages, and they all came in consecutively. Like, it was one after the next, after the next, after the next. And I was just really like, oh, Lord, you are so good. I really felt blessed. So thank you all. I'm not going to say their names, but I have them all noted. This is part of my testimony of faith and encouragement. I don't know why this blessed me so much, but you all, it really did. I just was so touched. So I thought it would be really fun to show you all how we prep for a dog, because she is part of our family and she's really been a blessing to our home. I'll see if she'll come over. Kina, get him on. Come here. Here she comes. I talk to her like she's a horse because I'm a horse girl. I don't know, can I turn the camera on live? I'm not sure how that works. If I can turn it. Yes, I can. Here she is. Kina, can you say hi to everyone? Say hi, girl. She's so pretty. I love her. Yeah, so in English it's Cinnamon, but in Hebrew it's Cinnamon, and on her dog tags, she's chipped, but on her dog tags, I have it both in English and Hebrew. I have her registered name, Cinnamon Sunlight, and then I have Cinnamon in Hebrew, and in the back is all of her information in Hebrew and English. But she is part of our family, so we try to have in our shelter and in our supplies in general 3 days worth of food. So we have that for our family, and we have that for Kina. We also, so when we did our water count, we included her in. So I have some of her water here. I'll flip it back. So over here I have some of her water and her food and water bowl. Also, just walk around. So our mamad, which means shelter, is a classroom. So we're really blessed actually, because it's very nice and it has a lot for the kids to do. But in our supply box, this is my emergency supply box, because one of my best friends teaches prepping. So she taught me how to prepare well, and we have everything that we need in here for emergency, and I've been accumulating it over a long time. But I also, when we got her, so I've added an extra leash and some poop bags for if we need to clean something up. And we have 3 days of food. This is about how much she's eating for 3 days now. We also have her treats so she can have something fun. Hey, sweetie. Here she is. I love her so much. We have a little bin of things to chew, her brushes. That's mostly for the girls so they can brush her in here. A toy. And then this is her spot. She chose the spot. So when we first came in here, she went under there and was scratching. So I put her donut in there, and there's a little bone in there for her to chew. Okay, so we also, the day that we were in here for hours between sirens, I ran upstairs and got her turf tray. She doesn't do her business in the grass, because when we got her, she was paper trained. So we did get her to transfer to turf. So we have that on our balcony, but I brought it down, and it stays right outside the door there when we're all down here. Like when we've been down here for a long time, I went and got it and just kept it out there. But I was just thinking I probably should put some pee-pee pads in the bin for her too. But she's all set to go. This is actually her second conflict. The first one was when she was 4 months old, and we didn't have her yet. We had literally just met her, and I fell in love with her, and I knew she was our puppy. But it took us a while to go back and get her. But when in my heart, she was already mine, and we were going through that one conflict, and I was just like, oh, I was so afraid for the puppies. I kept writing the breeder and being like, are the puppies okay? But yeah, they were fine. In fact, the siren doesn't faze her at all. She just comes along with us. Usually one of the kids will carry her because we all have to run down so fast, but she's not bothered by the sound at all. She's not afraid of it. And the main reason we carry her is because we have a lot of feral cats in Jerusalem, and I'm just concerned that she will see one of the cats outside and run for the cat, and then we'll all get distracted and try to chase her and not make it down in time, so we just usually carry her. And she was in here for the first time with new people that she had never met yesterday morning, and they loved her. She did really well with them because Shelties, are very barky, and I've been working on her to be a little bit more welcoming of our house guest, and it really paid off. She did bark some, but not like she used to. She gave a little bit of a protective bark, but not like she used to. She was very polite, we'll say. Oh yeah, I did forget to show you too. I also have her we call this her tent. So we take this camping with us and to the beach. So we brought that down just in case we have to sleep in here with neighbors. It might be better if we just figured if we had extra people in here, it'd be better if she was more contained. So that is how we have prepared for our fur baby. But since I had my new Sheltie friends who just friend requested me, I thought that they might enjoy seeing that. And also some of you who are dog lovers. I see my sister Caitlin just popped on. She breeds doodles. Hey, Katie. Yes, the grass did work out really well, the turf. Yeah, but I thought you all might like to see how we were making sure she was safe and included. And she really honestly has been a blessing during this time. The kids have really enjoyed having her. She's brought a lot of comfort. She's been fun to play with when we have been down here. I think our friends who are down here with us really enjoyed getting to see her and play with her, even though she wasn't quite, Sheltie's a little bit reserved, so she wasn't quite like, hey, let's be best friends, but she was still super cute to watch. And I love her shepherd spirit too. That was one of the things, like, I've loved Sheltie since I was 10, and I followed the breeder here in Israel for 7 years before we finally got one. And when I was praying about what dog to get, I asked the Lord about getting a Sheltie, and because I was like, I love this breed, but is this the right fit for my family? And what I kept coming back to was, yes, because we'll have a living picture of a shepherd in our home. And she has totally been that. Even when we get down here, she goes around and counts. That's what I call it anyway. She goes and sniffs every child. So I call that counting. She makes sure everyone's here. She actually really enjoys it because all of her sheep are in one space. But she has definitely been a blessing to us, and she's brought a lot of calm, and we are so thankful for her. Those of you who are animal lovers, you should look up what Randy Alcorn has to say about dogs at the resurrection, or animals at the resurrection. I was really encouraged to hear a message from him on that one time. So you can look at that and see what you think about it. I'll link it in comments later when I get back up. But I did think this would be a fun kind of change of pace for you all, my friend Katie, my sister's Katie, but this is another Katie. She says, I love that you are prepping for your fur baby. Yes, yes, and she is calming and comforting. Yeah, thank you. But besides that, we're doing really well. I would like to talk to you all about the IDF next. Just a word that the Lord has put in my heart for praying for the IDF. So if I'm not able to do that this evening, I will come back on live in the morning and share about that. But because I just was so encouraged, you all, by my Sheltie friends, I really just wanted to show you how we prepared for our puppy. But I love her, and I'm so thankful that the Lord has provided. Oh, I'll also say we've had a few little graces in this process. One of them was that her food, because I have a few, the few days worth of food in here that I showed you, but I order bulk dog food for her, and her dog food, her next order actually arrived Friday that morning before the attack on Saturday. So I've got, I think it's like 2 months worth of dog food upstairs. And if things got really bad, we would just bring that down here with us. But I felt like that was a real grace because just the timing of everything working out. The other little grace that we've had is that one of my children has had strep throat, and his strep test was supposed to arrive on Sunday, but it came in Friday, and it arrived early enough because everything, closes down on Friday in order for us to prepare for Shabbat. So his strep results came back in early enough that we were able to go to the pharmacy and get his prescriptions filled. So that was another grace because that was early. And, things rarely happen early, right? So we have had some little graces, but I do really appreciate you all praying, and I hope this was interesting and fun for everyone. Thank you to my new Sheltie friends for joining along in our story, and I will check in with you guys later.